welcome to this conversation.
Good morning.
Tinubu has asked the Supreme Court to squash the Atiku and Obi's case that they don't have anything to argue about. What's your take?
Of course, it shows that the feeling, the public feeling about the judiciary is in the same line. Everybody knows that the judiciary is not a strong institution. It's no longer institution of record. It's not a longer institution that anybody can rely on for justice. The institution of the Supreme Court has been brought to ridicule. And if Tinubu is saying anything in that regard, well, kudos to him because he knows that he knows how he handles them and all that. Forget that the Chief Justice of the Federation came out some time ago and said the judgment is not based on opinion, but constitutionally. But when we look at it, if actually there's constitution in this country, we wouldn't be having the kind of mess we have, even with INEC. And coupled with what we are talking, what the whole world is talking about Tinubu's academic records, then where is the constitutional provision of the law that handles such issues? So it does find out that Tinubu is in order, completely in order. Yes, he knows what he's saying. He knows that he can, maneuver, find his way, into the.
Nigerians are asking, where is the independence of the judiciary? Where is the independence?
That's what I'm saying. Now, the problem is that we don't have stronger institutions in Nigeria, and judiciary is one. By the time we begin to build a stronger institutions in Nigeria, that is when we begin to start experiencing development, advancement, innovations, patriotism, in every sector. But if they continue with this, money buys everything. Money buys me power to the presidency. I can buy anything. And Nigerians, funny enough, all the whole institutions in Nigeria, no one can be exempted from corruption allegations, and all that.
Be exempted from corruption.
No one. The mention one, is it the police? Is it which one? Which sector? Is it the NEPA? Which sector? Which sector can you come out and say that? No, in this area now, Nigeria has built a strong institution in this regard, in this part. I can't, me personally, to be honest with you, I've not seen. So, what Tinubu is trying to tell you is that Atiku should not continue to waste his time, that he has already had these men inside their pocket. So, there's no need to, continue with the case. Where we have clear evidence that there were discrepancies in Tinubu's academic records. The one he said he went to government, whether it's government college and the school, you look at all those things. What he used to get an so-called kangaroo admission in Chicago, it's fraud. So, and at this point in time, I think that's what I'm saying. That if in a situation we have stronger institutions, by now, I don't think that Tinubu should still be in Asolo.
What is happening at the Senate with Akpabio?
Well, I think the Akpabio is a wrong image of the Senate. Look at Akpabio very well. Does he look like a Senate president? He cannot even.
Governor.
Look at he can be. That does not mean that you can do well as a Senate president. Look at the man very well. Look at the way he projects. The image, he carries the image. It's a very wrong image of the Senate. Look at Akpabio. Akpabio cannot address the press very well. He cannot talk to the press. He don't know what to say at any particular time. All he is there. Look at what Tinubu is saying now. All he is there is boom, 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 rubber, stamp everything that was brought to your table. Is that how we are going to have a vibrant and robust institution? So it's unfortunate. By now, I think Tinubu should have been facing, maybe by now we have gotten to 70 over 30 that has signed for his impeachment.
Is it because of the forgery?
Again, you don't need to ask me now. The thing is affecting Nigerians outside the country. Many institutions, many organizations, many companies Nigerians are working for all abroad are calling for the review of their credentials, of their academic records, because of what what Tinubu has brought. The informations are there. Go and check. With Tinubu some time ago, we thought it was a joke. when he came out and said yes, he admitted that there were discrepancies after all. One guy came to his house and burned his this thing. Then he went back and got what was not it. I said, okay. Chicago, I said, okay. Then what of the one you used to have admission in Chicago? Why can't we look at it very well? Now are we going to unveil the mystery? This person that is people they wear mask. I'm asking now, is he now wearing mask that we cannot unveil know who is the president of Nigeria? It's unfortunate. It can only happen in this part of the world.
The case of forgery was given by a court outside Nigeria. Do they have jurisdiction in Nigeria?
No, what the court said, we need to put it very clear that they will order for academic record. They didn't pass any judgment based on that. You understand? What they told is to release social.
On what basis are we going to impeach him when no court in Nigeria has certified that he forged his certificate?
The Senate should set up a committee to investigate and unravel the mystery man that is in the Asura Court, Tinubu. His personality has been treated in secrecy. We don't know him. Is he wearing mask? So that we know that this is Mr. President. This is the Tinubu. See, nobody should disturb Atiku. Atiku is trying to help him, Tinubu himself. Yes. So that most of all these things we are talking about now, the record will be set straight. You understand? We will now understand, okay, actually, Mr. President went to so school. Okay, this is what Mr. President is. That's what I think he's trying to do. He's trying to help Tinubu, also help Nigerians, to make sure that our image is not taken to the dustbin.
Why is there no protest? Where are the activists?
That's what I'm telling you, that why we are not seeing any activists now is because that the system has been Yorubalized. That is one. Two, if it was another race, ethnic group that is there now, maybe they would have gathered like the way they gathered under Jonathan. You see, Nigeria, that's why people are saying that Nigeria should disintegrate, because the signs of unity is not there. Look at the Northerners now complaining that Tinubu has flooded everywhere with you. Look at Northerners saying
the current EFCC chairman
has flooded everywhere with Yorubas. Buhari did it. No, why are they complaining now? These are the things, these are the template that is already there. So are you telling me that if Obi imagines the president of Nigeria tomorrow, that he is going to how will I put it? Put every Igbo, all the positions, all the government positions there, appointment, minister, whatever, that is going to be controlled by the Igbos. I don't think Obi will not want to do that kind of a thing. There are rules, there are regulations, there are laws that backs federal character. Why are we not seeing it? But what I say is that the people who are supposed to mobilize for that already, are already soiled in injustice. They already have their hand in injustice. Unless an independent organization, who have that spirit of, how will I put it, patriotism that's already missing. I know that, see, we need to ignite the flame of patriotism in Nigeria. If not, it's going down. The Nigerians are becoming less patriotic. Look at the celebration on October 1st. Are you not seeing the signs there? So, what I'm trying to say is this. Tinubu is trying to create a picture, an atmosphere that will not be beneficial to anybody. And the activists in Nigeria, I don't think it's going to be like
LLC.
yesterday. No, yesterday. But in that regard now, see, if any the northerners that knows how to make noise, they shouldn't expect any bomber because it is Yorubas and Hausas that have been ruling this country. So the northerners should mobilize for protest in Asuro. But Yorubas and Hausas have been ruling this country for over 60 years. So it is time for both of them now to go to Asuro and start protesting that Tinubu should face impeachment based on his academic record. Nobody should expect any Easterner to join forces with them because they are failed to do justice.
You are not speaking as a patriotic Nigerian.
I am not patriotic Nigerian. That's the truth. Until I begin to see signs. I'm not seeing any sign. Ask anybody. I'm not the kind of politician they are that will come and tell you Nigeria is working, Nigeria is in unity, or Nigeria is not in unity. After the EndSARS, let me tell you the gospel truth. When I discovered that these politicians went and hid bags of rice meant for COVID-19 palliative, hid it inside forest, and they'll come out and tell you that there's nothing, we're waiting for the federal government to do this until the masses started invasion. That's when we know that these guys are these kind of people you can trust. Of course, you cannot trust them. So that patriotic spirit has gone down. It's not only me, even among Nigerians, until we begin to see signs that will ignite that spirit of nationalism, patriotism. That way we begin to say, okay, we can really give it a thought. But I doubt
Israel is committing war crimes in Gaza.
Israel is not committing any war crime. Anybody that tells you that Israel is committing war crime, that is a complete misinformation. And it has no place for debate.
When you kill women and children.
Then what you are talking about, that those women and children you are talking about, don't remember that Israel is an advanced democratic society that we must take into consideration. The reason is this: Israel has announced, I have continued to say, move out of social area within a specific time to avoid being caught in the act. If you don't move, it is believed you are the enemy of. And they continue to make it very clear. 24 hours is enough for anybody to get out from a particular place and find his way. After all, Hamas, when the Hamas were killing Israelis, those children, you see them jumping up, you see them rejoicing. You know, they were Hamas in the making. In the next 10-15 years now, they became Hamas. So nobody can come at this point in time and accuse Israel of war crime. I've never seen it anywhere. I've never seen anybody mention it. What the United Nations is trying to talk about, no, I don't think Israel is going to listen to them, because UN has always been part of so many problems we are facing in the world because of their indecisive nature. That's the declared truth.
Arab League has come together to ask for a ceasefire.
No, nobody is going to talk about ceasefire now. That's the gospel truth. Until the Gaza Strip is being turned to desert, nobody is going to talk about Gaza Strip. If they are going ceasefire, if they are talking about, they would have told Hamas not to mess up with what they did, killing Israeli women and children.
Are you taking hostage?
Not only that, using their head to play ball on the streets, and they were in Palestine celebrating, but they underrated Israel. No, would they say in their own consciousness, even in the next 100 years, Hamas, in their own little wisdom, if they didn't play into the trap of Israel, celebrate victory against Israel, it can never be done. It can never. So what I'm telling you is either they played into the hand of Israel, because you cannot tell me that Hamas were training in less than 200 kilometers from Israeli border for over 2 years, and Israeli intelligence does not know about it. That will be a case for debate and thorough, proper check up. You understand?
So I think that Israel is well aware.
Yes. Possibly that Hamas walked into the trap. Yes, then and the thing has started landing. As I'm talking to you, the Israeli artillery ground forces have moved into Gaza Strip now, and what is remaining is going to be door to door. Then if you say you are Hamas, you are not Hamas. You just say move out, go to Egypt.
Over 1 million people.
Yes,
within 24 hours.
Well, one Israeli IDF, I'm not talking of Mossad. One IDF soldier you kill is equal to 1,000 Palestinians. If you know how much it takes to train one IDF, you will not be talking about, you won't be saying what you are saying now. 135 is the IDF soldiers were killed by Hamas. And you said that Israel will say, they are telling them, they know that this one that are going to Egypt now, they have open border. Go to Egypt if you know you are not Hamas. Then the best thing for you to, whichever means you feel good, because what is going to come there until that place turns to desert, they don't want to see it. And that is what Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, girls, all of them, that is what it's supposed to be. We don't want to see in Gaza.
Escalating these tensions, you know that the Arab nations are surrounding Israel. We have Egypt, Iran, Hezbollah, Jordan, Lebanon.
Let me tell you, Benjamin Netanyahu is not a kid when it comes to Middle East crisis. Remember, his elder brother died in Uganda years back when they went there to rescue some Israelis in Uganda. So him too has been involved, under Ariel Sharon in those days, former Israeli Prime Minister. So he understands what it means, having grew up, in the midst of the crisis. You understand? So you're not talking about those Mushidayan them, great Ben Gurion. See, Israel has produced men, Chinese men, produced men that this is not the time to look back and consider who is who. Israel want to survive in the midst of the enemies, and you are telling me that they should also be carrying those enemies with both hands. Even when it was obvious they were never welcome. So at any point in time, go and look at the history of Yom Kippur war. In less than 6 hours, Israel conquered how many Arab nations? And as I'm talking to you now, I believe that Saudi Arabia will not be involved. Egypt will not be involved.
You believe?
Yes.
I'm sure Saudi Arabia, but not Egypt.
I'm telling you now. I'm telling you that Egypt can never be involved. If Egypt is going to be involved, there's no need of sending to Egypt.
The Secretary of State.
The Roman corridor was open to Egypt from Gaza. Are you aware? So if Egypt is going to be our, they will not allow. What is it? It's going to. They are opening door for these guys to enter. And as they're going to Egypt, they are still going to go under security check. So it is operation. Every Hamas is dead. I don't know whether you need to understand where Israel is going to now.
And they will achieve it.
They have already achieved it. As I'm talking to you now, the commander, Hamas area commander, was killed yesterday. Area commander yesterday in Gaza. I don't think so. They're going to until that place turn to watch. In Syria, the bomb landed at Syria International Airport in Aleppo. As I'm talking to you, Israeli flew to Syria and bombed. There's total darkness in the airport as I'm talking to you now. It is no longer a joke. The Prime Minister has said it, that this will change the history of the entire Middle East.
Lastly, who owns the land?
Israel owns the land.
Can you buttress that point?
Yes, let me tell you. I've said it before. Where was Jacob? Number one question. When Joseph moved to Egypt, from which land? The question. From which land did Joseph move from to Egypt? That's by the way. Where was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and Daniel before they went to Babylon? Is a question. That means they would have taken off from a particular place to a particular place. The first invasion of the state of Israel, Judah, whatever, as at that time, was done by the Assyrians. Go and check the record. The first invasion, military invasion, was done by the Assyrians. And since then, Israel as a nation, the Jews as a people have scattered as a result of war until 1947 when they came together. Now, if you look at it very well, everybody knows that what the British government did as at that time was actually wrong. They brought people from spillovers from so many countries and deposited them there and said they are Palestinians. When you know that the owners of the people are just insignificant as a result of war. Israel has always been on the run. I think the only country in the world that has been invaded more than 1,000 times. Israel remains the only country that has been invaded more than 1,000 times. Go and check the history. So that has caused them massive spread all over the world because people were moving. But the remaining remnants, when Tinubu stood, when after Tinubu told the USSR at that time, having been trained as a pharmacist in Russia, told the British government that he is a Zion and he has started Zionist movement and he has what it takes to restore, bring back, according to the prophecy of the Bible, to their original father's land. When God was showing Abraham, when God took Abraham from the land of Ur, do you know that Abraham get to a particular place? Go and find out where Abraham actually stopped after he has gone through, conquered so many places. The Bible recorded that what your eye cannot see, go and take it very well, belongs to you, including Saudi Arabia. All those territory, Jordan, Damascus, all are Jewish territory. If you want to go by the promises Abraham made to Abraham, go and take it now. But because of culturalization, generational changes that comes with an era. That was why we begin to see different interests trying to take different positions based on what is on the ground as at that time. But thank God, even when they offered Tinubu to relocate to Brazil, Australia, he refused. He insisted, and even when he came, instead of them taking them to, they go and showed him Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv was a pure desert. He agreed. How many of them? 250 people that started this Zionist movement we are talking about today. And today, after announcing Zion, the state of Israel, in less than 24 hours, more than 7 Arab nations invaded them. What does that tell you? In less than 24 hours after announcing the state of Israel, more than 7 Arab nations invaded Israel. So what are we talking about? So what we are trying to say that the truth remains that because of their generosity, we're not supposed to be experiencing anything like Palestine. What is Palestine? Who don't know them.
Lastly, will the war end?
Of course, the war will come when Hamas ideology, members, personalities, even those who they are breathing underground, is being buried under the ground. That's when the war will end.
Thank you very much, sir, for your contribution. God bless.